Welcome back to CryptosRUs. I'm George. We're all George. Yes, I am back at home finally, streaming from my usual setup. And it's about time because, you know why? The most bullish season is beginning. And let's talk about Bitcoin's next target. All right, let's do it. Welcome, 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 guys. You know what? Last night or this morning, however, where it depends on where you were. This morning we had last night we had a big pump to 64.7 before settling back down to 63.2. But still, it's pretty good. Pretty good considering we just had last week. We had several big conferences and Bitcoin didn't dump. Like the previous years, during these big crypto conferences, you see Bitcoin tend to dump. It didn't, and it kept going higher and higher and higher and higher. And you can see we're pulling off from our low, our recent low of 52,000. So we're more than 10,000 plus from just a few weeks ago, which is absolutely fantastic. Obviously, there have been a lot of stuff happening within the last few weeks, but we're getting closer and closer to October. But in the meantime, we still have a lot of good things happening. So let's talk about it. For example, we had the Fed pivot, right? Obviously, we had a big 50 basis point cut, but there are a lot more. There are a lot more coming, right? So Wall Street is obviously reacting positive to it. But look at this week. Look at how many speakers there are. Okay, every single day you have multiple. You have so many speakers that want to talk about the current state of things. But let me bring this up. I should add this up. The next FOMC meeting will be in November. So in October, we're going to get a break, right? But looking at estimates, in November, we will get another 25 basis point. Right now, it's like, it's 50-50. Actually, you know what? No, I take that back. There's a 50-50 chance we're going to get another 50 basis point cut based on this. 46.8% is for a 50 basis point cut and 53% for a 25 basis point cut. And there's 0% at just staying. So, I mean, it could get really crazy by the end of this year in terms of rate cuts. We may have more than a full percentage because after this, we still have December, and that's during the Santa rally. And this is going nuts in terms of what people think could be happening. We could go, there's a 22.6% chance for another 50 basis point cut. So it's getting absolutely wild right now, right? And we're going to continue to see more and more and more and more. And then, you know what, eventually we'll be back to zero like before. And last time that happened, Bitcoin did really good things, really, really good things. But in addition to all these FOMC, FOMC conferences and these Fed minutes and these like FOMC Fed speakers and all this stuff, right? There are a lot more things that we should pay attention to, right? Like the data. The data affects things. So I think there's a lot more that's coming, but this week, the biggest thing has to be PC inflation, which is coming out Friday, right? But again, inflation has been going down, whether it's real or artificial, whatever, but if it continues to stay low, then everything that we've been talking about, like in terms of all these massive rate cuts and so forth, will continue to happen. The only thing that may stop that is if inflation starts going upwards, right? So I guess we will see. What else is there? What else is going on? I saw, obviously we have big elections coming up in November. Trump just said that, hey, I mean, he said this at the Bitcoin conference, so it's not a big surprise. But he said it again. Crypto has a great future. Maybe we'll pay out the 35 trillion with it. So the plan he came up originally was to buy 5%, I think, of the supply, which is not it's not easy. I think a lot of people think, oh, buying up like 5% or 15%, or RFK at one point said buying 20%. It's not that easy, because there's not that much. And if you start pouring that much money into it, it's going to start rising like crazy, right? But anyways, he did say this. And, people are waiting for the other candidate, of course, to say something similar. And it does seem like Kamala also said that we will encourage innovative technologies like AI and digital assets. So she wasn't as bullish. But my point is this, and I've said this before, regardless of which side you're on, you got to take a second and think about how amazing it is that we have come to a point in time or society that presidential candidates and world leaders around the world are now talking about Bitcoin and crypto. That has never, ever, ever happened in history, right? That's how far we have come, that this has actually become a slight issue, not a major issue. We don't see it being debated yet, but in the next election, we'll probably see that, right? So since 2009 till now, we've been like 15 years, a digital currency created out of thin air that isn't backed by the dollar or any fiat currency, not controlled by any government or any financial institution. It is a currency that currently can't be stopped or controlled. And now you have candidates talking about policies around Bitcoin and crypto, and you have some of the largest guys on the planet and institutions and asset managers, they're all fighting over Bitcoin. That's really amazing if you take a minute to think about it. That's how far we have come, and this is still early, just at the beginning. For a lot of us that's been in space, it seems like it's been forever, but this is so early. This is like being the .com era, and look at how far we have come now since then, since the 2000s, right? Look at how far things have advanced in just like 20-something years. And it feels like now is when we're going to really start seeing the innovations going forward, right? Anyways, just want to throw that out there. Could be good. The election's coming up. If you look at Bitcoin, generally speaking, when does it start going up? The election time, right around November, that's when it blasts off, right? But it usually starts a little bit before that in October. That's why it's called October. And we are just weeks away, right? Actually, just 1 week away. 1 week away from October. But as for BlackRock and other ETFs, they have definitely affected the way things have gone so far, right? And they will continue to do more. I didn't check this out for like over a week since I've been gone for so long. Strangely enough, we haven't seen any massive inflows from BlackRock recently. We saw one on 16 million. Outside of that, it's all been zeros. But outside of them, we have seen massive inflows from Fidelity and from Bitwise and from ARK. So we had a lot of good inflows. Last week, you could see 92 million, 158 million. We had a exit of 53 million, but before that, 186 million, 263 million. So the ETFs are definitely still doing their thing. When the market gets hot and the FOMO really kicks in, we will see like $1 billion inflow per day. Right? We will see that. I mean, we're already seeing hundreds of millions per day. When FOMO really hits, when Bitcoin starts moving past 100,000, we're going to see more FOMO among the institutions, and that's going to have a recurring effect. More FOMO, the price goes up more FOMO. That's usually what happens in a bull market. But this time around, we have these institutions with their trillions of dollars. So it might be unlike anything we have ever seen before. All right, let's just say that. What else is there? Obviously, outside of BlackRock and institutions, you do have MicroStrategy. and other companies that are now adopting the Bitcoin strategy, right? Michael Saylor likes to point out that since he adopted the Bitcoin strategy, nothing has outperformed his stock. That's quite amazing. We all know how amazing NVIDIA has been. It's amazing to see that MicroStrategy has even outperformed NVIDIA, right? And that's not because of him trying to prop up MicroStrategy. That's Wall Street propping up MicroStrategy. So if you take a second and think about it, obviously he's committing billions upon billions and raising more to buy more Bitcoin. But the reason why his stock did so well is because Wall Street now finally understands. Wall Street is now buying up MicroStrategy as much as Bitcoin itself, right? And others soon will adopt the Bitcoin strategy too. We have seen a few, but just a few. It's just a matter of time. Like, just wait until NVIDIA, until Jensen or Tim Cook or anyone else, all the big tech companies say, hey, we added some Bitcoin to our balance sheet. There's no reason why that won't happen. And once it does, that's when it kicks off this Bitcoin strategy even more, right? I mean, it's still so early, and there's just so much money out there. It's just quite amazing to think about how much potential there is still left on the table, right? All right, what else is there? Last few things. Halving events, we know that we've had tremendous upside after halving events, right? And normally speaking, it starts after election year, right around election month, I should say, after November. So right now, you know, we're just moving closer to that point, right? We're ahead of the cycle. We have never broken through a previous high before the halving event like we did this year, right? So we've been going sideways, but we're in a really good spot now with the Fed pivot happening, right? And with the institutional adoption and with the growing fundamentals. I mean, we're in a really good spot. So where's that immediate target, the next target? Well, a lot of traders seem to think that, yeah, we are building up, right? We have so many patterns, the inverse cup and handles. Here's a megaphone pattern. We have a bullish flag pattern, right? A lot of people are anticipating that we are going to get that next leg up soon. And this person, Titan Crypto, thinks it's going to be around $85,000, right? Not too far-fetched considering our previous high was 73,000. So it's only slightly higher than that, right? But I do think we're going to go a lot higher before the end of the year. We may be in six-figure territory by the end of the year. I honestly think that's still in play. I don't think anything has changed, right? So we'll just have to wait and see. And I like to remind you guys, September is historically the worst month of the year for Bitcoin and crypto, right? And we may break that trend this year. Last year we broke it. This year we may break it again because of what's happening. But one thing's for certain, October is historically the most bullish month of the year. And Q4 generally is the most bullish quarter of the year as well, right? That's why we have these like terms like Santa Rally and Uptober and stuff like that. Last year in Q4, we saw a staggering 57% rise. That's not bad. Not bad at all. But if you look at the previous, I like to really highlight on the previous halving years, okay? Like 2020. 2020 was our last halving year, and it was horrific because of the pandemic drop. But Q4 returned 168%. 168%. And looked at the previous time also. If you look at the previous halving years, 2016, that also equated to pretty good, 58%, right? But the last time, the 168%, that's what jumps out. Can we see a 100+ gain in Q4? And that would fit the narrative because that would drive us up to about $100,000, $120,000 by the end of this year if we repeat the same thing that we saw last time around. Who's to say it won't happen? It could happen, right? We'll see. We'll see. A lot of great things. A lot of great things happening in this space. All right, that's pretty much it. Let's see. The U.S. market right now is reacting pretty good. Green all around so far. Let's see. Nvidia's up. I don't know what it is with CNBC. Like, I have never searched for a Trump media and technology group, and it just like automatically added up there. Like it's trying to show people that it's down today. Like, I've never searched for that term before, but it's up there. Let's see. MicroStrategy is up today. Coinbase is up today. If it could go. So today, so far, so good. Let's see, something like Robinhood, which also obviously very involved with crypto now. Up today. Yeah, so basically let's do Mara. All the crypto companies are doing pretty good today. Okay. Let's do some Q&A. Man, it feels good. It feels good to be back. I feel like a lot of you guys forgot about my schedule, but now I see you guys are back joining in. Let's see, scrolling to the top. Is jet lag okay? You know, luckily, I don't know what it is. I was tired on the way back, so I actually got a good night to sleep. So I'm feeling pretty good. I might be adjusted already. So my voice is coming back too. I really lost my voice, but it feels a little better today for me. Jeff Farmer, I appreciate that. Lux Re says, gives you hope and entertainment. Yup. Any word for Turbo? 0. Robert, new member. Spencer, how's your trip? I mean, hopefully you guys have been watching. Like, I've been keeping you guys apprised of my travels, right? I put out 2 videos talking about Singapore, about the conferences, about their food, also about IFC and everything. Hopefully you guys have been watching that, because, you know, it's not like I was just gone for 2 weeks. I've been giving you guys good content, if I say so myself. Dan says, my girlfriend wants to know if you have a family dog, love your channel. I do. I have 2 dogs, in fact. Lewis says, my schedule is off without your morning videos. You know what? I think I put out a lot of videos in the morning just for you. Chris says, you forgot the best part of your car on a Saturday cruise. You got to roll the window down here. No, because then it's too much noise. Then the microphone wouldn't capture anything. So trust me, I have a little experience in that. Views on Saga, please. What is Saga? Terry, I have no idea. Mike, Doge Master, I remember you, Mike. It's been a while. I hope you're doing well. What do you think about VeChain? Is it go whole for a coming bull market? I hope so. I met someone from VeChain over there. She was like the head of Asian developments. But yeah, for the most part, they're working on green and sustainability stuff. I'm hoping that this bull market they can turn around and concentrate more on some of the things that people care about. Not to say people don't care about sustainability, but more interesting things that people gravitate towards. Like games or DeFi, DePIN, stuff that people are using right now. Why didn't I stop off in Dubai from Singapore? Why? Why would I? Because I'm flying from the other side of the world. Do you think Polkadot will ever go up? It will. It will. Except not a whole lot of people are bullish on Polkadot. Saga's on Cosmos. I've never heard of it, so I don't know. G7. What is one project you think people are overlooking? I say Stacks. Not really. Stacks is pretty high in market cap, so I don't think people are really overlooking it. You got any crazy Singapore stories? Not crazy ones, but like the only party I didn't attend was the Iggy party because I was dead tired out that night, and I saw a lot of people cause commotion about it. I don't know what it is. One of my guys, Scott, went to it. He enjoyed it, but like there's nothing too crazy about anything in Singapore. I don't think I had any crazy things. It's just super hot. Um, but I would say this is probably the most successful trip I've ever done. Like really most successful one because of the two conferences, and we actually got a lot of good content because of all the connections I made from the networking events. I got myself talking to so many VCs, and that's important because of something I'm working on. And I met a lot of connections, influencers also for IFC, and it was our most successful IFC event ever. So like, and I went to some good parties. So it was like win, 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 win. And actually, the flight wasn't that bad either. That 24-hour flight I thought would be much more horrible than it was, both times. So yeah, it was the best trip I had so far. Would I live in Singapore? No. Because of the weather, I would never choose to live there. It's like 85 humid all year round, so no. Do you think Gala will still pump? I don't know. It probably will in a bull market, but not. I'm not bullish on it. Jorge, was that your plane in caps? What do you mean? What was my plane? Do you think Nero on Sol can do 1000x? No, I don't. Now people are coming in. People forget I stream in the morning. Barcelona, there's AI videos of you on YouTube getting out of control. Yeah, I reported so many, and there's so many come up. I mean, honestly, people need to just be smarter and know that if it's a video of me talking about some crazy, stupid, coin, then it's not me. This is the only official channel. But yeah, if you guys see them, report them. Those AI videos, they like put my playlist on there and then they do some kind of crazy AI thing of me, which is crazy because there's no legit project that could do that. So I don't know how the scammers are using some crazy AI to make more better AI videos than legit companies. But yeah, just make sure you report them. Boss Squeak, time to move on from Matic or bullish long term. I'm neutral long term on Matic now, based on some of the stuff I'm hearing on the inside, but it doesn't mean that they can't come back to their previous high. Robert, appreciate that. Was there a lot of hype towards Sui at the conference? I didn't see it. Honestly, Token 2049, it was so big, it was hard to like navigate, hard to really get bullish on anything because it was just so big, right? I will say the Solana Breakpoint conference was impressive. That got a more intimate feel while still being a large conference, and it was good all around, right? Not to say Token wasn't bad, but Token was overwhelming. It was just so big. Their main conference hall was big, but then they had like these side conference halls that went down like a mile long, and it was a little distracting. Yeah. Some of those AI videos on YouTube are so good. When I first reported them, they're like their security team or fraud team couldn't tell that was fake. That's how bad it was. And I'm like, I'm telling you guys, I didn't say those things. It's not on my channel. And they finally like removed them. But some of them are so good that their detection software can't even tell. You know what? For that new Solana Seeker phone, the second one to come out, at the airport, I actually met one of the BD guys working on it. So I'm wondering if I can ask him to give me one so I could review it and test it. But a lot of people were like really, really hyped up about it at the Breakpoint conference. Look at Spectre. Spectre AI up 30%, 20% overall. I mean, 20 million overall. Really small project. Predicting blockchain wave, harnessing power of machine learning to give users insightful price predictions and token information. Normally speaking, legit projects do not concentrate on price predictions. And the simple fact that this is trying to sell it as a price prediction tool, from a marketing perspective, that's a big no-no. And plus, it's not done. But just giving a heads up, generally speaking, you don't want to do that. Any memes that people were particularly excited about? No, I didn't see a lot of meme projects there, so I didn't see anything. I'm honestly the third DGen guys, Scott and Josh. They spent a lot more time talking with the smaller, newer projects. They might have talked to some memes, so I know they've filmed a ton, and over the course of the next few weeks, there will be a lot more interviews and videos being put out on CryptosRUs Plus. So could be some good content coming out of there. I know like is starting to get AI projects are starting to get hot again. I noticed that FET has been doing quite well actually, coming up. And I think someone in the audience mentioned near also in the AI space, up 11% today. You could see, well, they were higher for the month, but starting from a low, they started coming up. This week, they're up quite a lot. Seems like AI plays are starting to heat up again. Render also doing quite well. No food poisoning. None whatsoever. Food was good. Mostly food I had before. Did I have anything amazing? No. There was only one soup that I really loved that I had at my hotel. Yeah. I've never had it before, but like there's a type of food. I don't know if it's like Vietnamese or Korean or whatever, but it's called like laksa. It's like a spicy curry soup. Um, and it's really good. Yeah, it's like a curry soup. I had this at a hotel. Like I said, it's probably one of my favorite soups out there, and it's like a noodle soup or whatever. I don't know if this is Singaporean or like Thai or Vietnamese, but this is really good. That was probably my favorite food there. Like everything else I've had, Chinese, Indian, um, American food, even Turkish food, Mediterranean. Like I had all kinds. Oh, it's a Malay food. Okay, Malaysian. Did I see any exotic art? I did, but nothing crazy. Thoughts on potential paper BTC buys, aka manipulation from Coinbase BlackRock? Coinbase not gonna manipulate. BlackRock might. Sure, they could. They could try, but kind of hard to manipulate something that has a set supply. But they could try. No, I would not move to Singapore. Nice place to visit. I'll probably visit again next year when they have token again, but not somewhere I would want to move to. It's not cheap either in Singapore. So like everything is equal to the US. Um, so it's not like you're gonna save any money. But like I said, it's nice that everyone speaks English and um, yeah, it's a nice city overall. Yeah, a lot of the streets were closed for F1. And everyone keeps asking me, "Oh, did you go to F1? Did you go to see this and that?" I don't give a F about F1. I don't know anyone that gives a F about F1. I think it's just more like rich people and having their sponsors there, and then, they have their nice parties. I was invited to like one or two. I'm like, I just don't care. I really don't. But it did cause a lot of distractions for sure, like traffic, unnecessary traffic. I did not see Vitalik sing. I saw the clip. I saw the clip, but I wasn't there when he was singing. I just know that uh, it was very cringe according to many. I do speak a little Chinese. Yes, F1 is Formula One. I'm torn between Near and Goldfinch. Your thoughts? Um, Between the two, I like Near better. Goldfinch is RWA play, but again, it's just like all like RWA like treasuries and stuff. Just not my thing. I'd rather have like a chain that has AI focus, but still is doing other things too. You know what? I got a story to share about that. I went to a CFN fight too. Like I asked the guys and they invited me. Yeah, I met Ansem finally. He came to our IFC fight to support Barney. I don't know if you guys saw, we got him to do commentating. This is the first time we did IFC commentating, Des. Mario's X, and then we had Ansem, Bitlord, the Altcoin Dailies, Crypto on, and they all loved it. They all want to continue to do it. So we got something there for sure. But Ansem's like, he's like almost a 7 footer. He's damn big. And him and Bitlord hate each other, but still we got him to commentate. That's funny. But and then they set up that fight the next day between Ansem and BitBoy, and I got some inside stuff that I don't want to share because I don't want to cause any problems, but like I just don't think that's a good fight at all for all sides besides CFN. But yeah, eventually Ben will come back. Hopefully that's not his last fight. Love to see him fight in IFC again, and we'll get Ansem to fight in IFC eventually. Main event for next IFC is next month in October during permissionless. It'll be David Hoffman versus Kane. Kane is synthetic, the Project Synthetic's founder, and David Hoffman is a VC. So I'll tell you this. A lot of you guys don't care about fighting. I know a lot of you guys have not been following the IFC or Karate Combat. But like I would say a fourth of the people I met at the conferences, okay, like a fourth, know about it, have gone to it, and love it, right? Eventually, all of crypto is gonna be talking about it. It's just even if you're not a fight fan, watching people fight, especially people that you know, is entertaining and empowering for them. And a lot of people were like kind of making fun of Blonde Broker and Ashley's main card fight. But I'll say that's probably the second best fight we had. Everyone that watched it loved it. It's really good. And they put so much into it. So the IFC is going to be big. I know it. And I'm spending all my time on it. So hopefully you guys come around and enjoy it too. Boss Week. Would you swap your Matic for Pith? Maybe. I don't know. They're about equal. I'm neutral for both. Dimitri, I have no idea what you're talking about. RMB. FAC was coded named by X. The person who initiated burned deployer due to the beta rules exploded too. Now decline. What are thoughts? Show. I don't know RMB because I never heard of it, so I can't tell you. Vatican, congrats on another IFC. Thanks for an update. I went like 20 years ago and really enjoyed the people and city. That's good. That's great. Thank you on all fronts. Yeah, first time for me in Singapore. I would go back for sure. I just think when I lived there, no, it's just way too hot. It's just way too hot for me. Getting a little good pump now. A little good pump. Stacks is going up. A lot of AI plays are going up today. I didn't go to Korea. All right, I think that's it. Do influencers influence you? Not really. I don't watch anyone else, so I can't say they do. But I do pay attention to other influencers now because I want them to commit to the IFC. So if that means they influence me, yeah, I guess so. Yeah, we're getting a good pump. Good little pump. All right, I'll let you guys go until tonight. Things are looking good. We got a lot of good things happening, right? So stay strong, my friends. I'll see you guys tonight, 8:30 a.m., 8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time. And until then, take care. Bye-bye.